I love the way the universe gives me the strength to keep moving forward. Whenever I talk about something, I'll either get an email, I'll either get a call, I'll get something that will say, Steve, you are helping people. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a situation where an individual called me, but what it proves, I'm going to tell you about what happened on the call, because I know it's going to help a lot of you, but also it helps me get validation that I'm really doing something that no other company or individual is out there doing with helping people, because people don't even talk about this. But first, before I even started, let me just tell you about the email, the crazy email that I got. And let me ask you this question. Nod your head yes or no if you don't know who this person is. Do you know who Stevie Wonder is, the singer Stevie Wonder? Now, Stevie Wonder cannot see. Now, do you believe that? I believe he can't see. He's actually stated it. He's actually said that he kind of gets offended when people say that he can see, because he really cannot see. But when something that Stevie Wonder talked about is that he said that he can see sometimes better than people who can actually see what their eyes can see. And I got this crazy email from a person, and we all have blind spots in us. I'm no different than you. There's certain things that people have said to me, and I was like, I didn't know that I had that blind spot. One example is my grandson playing soccer. My daughter and my wife said, don't go over there telling him anything. Don't say nothing. Just come in and just watch the game. My blind spot was, I'm trying to encourage him. Why are they telling me not to encourage him? No, they're saying sit your ass down, because his mind gets off the game when he comes and you say something to him, or he's looking at you for approval or whatever. You just go sit your butt down and watch the game. And guess what? I thought about it, because I'm not of the stubborn mindset that, oh, I can't see the other side. I just said, okay, yeah, I am. By me saying something to him, I'm getting involved in something that I shouldn't. He has a coach. He's trying to have fun out there playing. I can cheer for him, but I don't need to go and be in his ear or nothing like that. I don't need to tell him nothing. And that was my blind spot. And I overcame my blind spot. When I go to see his game, I just go and watch him. So now, I received an email this weekend where this individual, I had made a video about people getting arrested, because of debt. And they said, you can't get arrested because of debt. And I said, you don't get technically arrested over debt. I said it in the video. And I said, people don't get arrested over debt, but they get arrested over contempt of court over a debt. So really, essentially, you're getting arrested because of a debt, because of a judgment that you have over a debt. Now, the person didn't believe me, and I said, don't believe me. I sent them the link to the ACLU that did research on this, and they said people are being arrested because of debt that they owed as low as $27. On their website, third party. If you don't believe the ACLU, then I don't know what to tell you. But they went and got court cases. They went and did investigations on this, and these are what they just reported back from the courts. And not all courts in the United States will even give people this information. But I sent the person the link, and guess what they said back to me? They said they can't see it, even though plastered on the website. It says debtors prison alive and well in the United States 2025. It said it on there. 2024, 2020, whatever it was, the report was from a few years ago, but it remains to now, to this day. And it's even getting worse, especially since the CFPB has had their legs chopped up from under them. But this individual, when I sent them the link, they could not see that. They emailed back to me and said, I don't see it. And I immediately deleted the email because, number one, I'm not going to be going back and forth for someone who cannot plainly see, which in essence was what Stevie Wonder was saying. If you don't want to see it, you will not see it. So now what I want to talk about now is the individual that called me. And this is how the universe works. This individual actually ordered one of my ebooks, and it was on accident. And he called me to say that he didn't get the order. And the universe, the order came to him, but the universe, this is how it works, and it works in the favor of everybody who understands it. The universe had this individual contact the office because for some reason he could not see that his order was completed. But his order was completed, but the reason why the universe had him not see that his order was completed was because he actually needed to know from the documents that he had received from the court that if he didn't answer that debtor's examination, there was going to be a warrant out for his arrest. He did not even read it completely. He did not even understand what was happening to him. But when we reviewed that document, this was an order from the court, from that attorney to the court to him, saying, you better answer these questions or you're going to be in contempt of court. When you're in contempt of court, a warrant for you, what they call a body warrant. That means that if you're arrested, if you have a speeding ticket or parking ticket or anything, and they see you there, that they could take you, put you under arrest and take you to that judge for contempt on answering that debt. But I helped that individual with their situation. I told them what they could do. If they want to have us help them, we can help him, but I told this individual exactly what he needed to do. Every situation is different, but I told him exactly what he needed to do if he has that contempt, has that order. And what you need to do is you need to answer it, but his situation was different. Everybody's situation is different. Actually, his debt could have actually been paid off, and this was a mistake. But I won't get into that. Let's just get into some more research that I did about how debt collectors, this is from the Houston Chronicle. This is stuff that is happening in states that do not allow garnishments of paychecks. They will go to garnish the either assets or bank accounts. But it's happening in more than, I think in the ACLU reported, more than half of the states in the United States have allowed debt collectors to have arrest warrants placed for individuals who have received a judgment and they have not answered that debtor's examination. More than half of the states. Don't take my word on it. Go to the ACLU and do your own research on it. But here's from the Houston Chronicle, a multi-part series documented how debt collectors and courts in Texas have increasingly used default judgments to freeze or seize bank accounts. Many debtors are unaware that after a default judgment, courts may assign turnover receivers. Assign turnover receivers. These are individuals assigned by the court to go and find the money. And they can force payments by freezing or seizing bank accounts. According to that report, default judgments in the state have been rising sharply. How do people get default judgments? They don't respond to the initial case, so they get a default judgment. If you don't respond to the initial summons, the court has no other what's the right word for it? All they could do is take the word of the plaintiff attorney and the plaintiff. There's no 100% of what they say in that summons is going to be considered true, and they're going to give them a default judgment. So the system often gives debtors little notice or practical ability to claim exemptions or defend themselves. We'll talk about how you can defend yourself. And I have videos about exemptions. If you don't qualify for exemptions, you need to be able to defend yourself. And before we move forward, regardless if it was a debt that you had or not, once they put it into the court, you have a right to defend yourself. Now, part of the response started in May 1st in the article So these are not the things that we want to disregard. When they create that court summons, that lawsuit document, that piece of paper is worth exactly the number that they put on there for that lawsuit. For some reason, because people don't see it as cash, like it's not money, they don't tangible in their hand, a lot of people do not look at that the same way. You can just about guarantee that if you don't do anything by responding to that document that they submitted to you for that lawsuit, that you are turning that document into money. Exactly what's on there, plus court fees and interest for up to 20 years they can collect on it. They can garnish your wages 25% of each paycheck, not just monthly, of each paycheck. They can garnish your bank account. Until it is 100% satisfied, they can garnish your bank account. They can seize assets, regardless if they're paid off or not. They can do it. So now what do we want to do? What do we want to do? If we want to be solution oriented, we don't want to be fear oriented. We want to talk about the solutions. The number one solution, the number one thing that you should be willing to do, regardless if you want to settle your case out of court or not, is that you need to respond to that court summons. By responding to that court summons, it will make them understand that this is not going to be, number one, a cakewalk where you're going to roll over someone, and that you're going to make them prove their case. That is your right. And even if you want to settle your case out of court, if you don't do anything to show them that there's some sort of challenge on the amount that they're claiming, guess where they're going to start? They're going to start very high. They're going to start very high. What they're going to do when you try to negotiate, they're going to be like, all of it. How much you want to negotiate? We want to start with all of it. But when you put a challenge, the appropriate type of challenge to their case, they're going to go to their client and say, we have a challenge. What do you want to do? And the only way to do that is to have an appropriate response to their case. Having an appropriate response to their case, number one, can make the attorney double check that they filed the case the right way, because they could dismiss the case because they filed the case the wrong way. Number two, the plaintiff in the case could say, we want to dismiss this case because we know that there's going to be problems with the case. So you have two strikes at the ball to have the case go away when you respond appropriately to their case. Now, the next thing, it could make them come to you and say, because they don't say it this way, but it's because you responded the right way, that they might say, let's try to just keep this out of the court and let's come to a resolution. And they're going to come at you with a better resolution than you would have gotten if you would have just went directly to them without a response. So the next logical question you might be saying to yourself is, how do I respond appropriately? Now, you can do your research on how to do it. You can try to figure out how to do it, or you can go to summonsmaster.com, where you can get a fully formatted response to every allegation against you in your case and a defense to help you win your case without having to learn all of this legal jargon, all of this stuff about what to do, what to say, how to say it. Summons Master takes care of all of it for you. All you have to do is sign and date it. Send a copy to the court, send a copy to the plaintiff attorney. Ball is in their court. So if you're being sued by a debt collector, all you have to do is go to summonsmaster.com, where you can get a fully formatted response to every allegation and a defense to help you win your case. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website yourorder3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. Links are below this video. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com, and president and creator and founder of summonsmaster.com. Thank you for your time.